So, like this every day, like every class, every session, we're going to record the session so that you're going to access the recording classes and also the material that we're going to provide it to you for the course. So, if you see about the class, so myself as now this is a batch, which is a weekend batch number 200, 200, right? So, if you want to know more about this course, if you want to know more about this course content, you can scan this QR code to know more about this course content. And if you want to register to this course, you can scan this QR code to register in this course. Right? So along with this, if you have any queries, if you have any general queries, you can approach to the team. Okay, you can approach to the team here as displayed here. And also, if you need, we can also search here. Let me show you. You can also browse in the website. So you can see the upcoming batches. In the upcoming batches, which is starting from you can see here. Logical App Technology, AWS, and the Devops weekend only starts on here. So if you click here, you can see below. So from here, you're going to access. From here, you're going to access the syllabus and the recording class, today's and the tomorrow's. Okay, if you register here, okay, if you buy this course, okay, if you like these classes and if you want to continue with me for the next couple of weeks, okay, after buying this course, okay, you have to create your account like Graphy account. Okay, here you can access all the materials and all the everyday recording classes, right? So this is the thing. I hope it's clear to everyone, right? So any doubts here? Anyone have any doubts? Any queries regarding this course before I move into the today's lecture, today's topics? Do anyone have any queries? Okay. So if you have any queries, okay, fine. Yeah, Mohammed. Mohammed,
Sorry,
you are
yeah,
welcome
I
to
have
come.
a query. I cannot able to join this course with the meeting ID which is provided in the mail. It's it's a bit troublesome for me to connect to our mobile. Is there any other way with
Okay,
connect with the
so
meeting ID?
you are unable to connect with your mobile with the ID
No, I can
provided.
able to connect with the mobile with the link given in the email, but I
Okay,
want to connect with my in the laptop with the meeting ID basically.
meeting ID. Okay. Let me share the ID details with you.
No, I have, but I am not able to connect. But it's going for registration again.
It's going for registration again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will look into this. Okay, I will look into this.
Okay.
Right. I'll look into this. I'll let you know, Mohammed.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So anyone else? Any queries? Any general queries? Any queries regarding the lectures? Yeah, I can see the charts. Dumps and notes provided for AWS. Yes, Ambush. From my side, you're going to get the dumps. Okay, and also the examination. If you are ready to give the examination, okay, I'm going to give the strategy how to prepare for the exams. Right. Yes, from my side, I will be providing that. Yes. Okay, then let me start the lecture for the day. Can you confirm? Is my whiteboard is visible? Can you confirm? Is my board is visible?
Yes, we can.
Yes, right. Thank you. So today, for the day, we're going to discuss. Before moving to the class, I want to clear something to you all. So irrespective of your background, means some of you are here are very freshers. Okay. Some of you here are very freshers, and some of you are quite experienced. Okay. Some of you are here for to change the query. Okay. Query switching. So irrespective of your background and all those things, we are going to start from the very scratch. All right. So because all together as a one platform, okay, we're going to swim and sink together, right? So we're going to start from very scratch, okay, from very basics to advanced, correct? And here in the chat box, you can see, there is a link for the WhatsApp group where you can join to get the more updates, okay? And also for the course content, you can see the link, right? And also, as Mohammed, you had asked the meeting ID. Okay, we'll post the meeting ID also. Okay, for this meeting ID. Just give me a couple of minutes. In a while, we're going to post the meeting ID links as well.
That will be very great and helpful to me. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you. So in today's lecture, we're going to see a couple of things. So we're going to see what is the SDLC process, what is the SDLC methodology, and what do you mean by cloud computing, and what do you mean by virtualization. And after that, we're going to see the cloud computing deployment models, cloud computing service types. Okay, so these are the couple of things that we're going to discuss today, right? So along with this, if you have the time, we're going to see the shared responsibility model because it is. I have seen a lot of questions because it is also part of your exam. Okay, if you are decided to write any certification exam from the AWS, okay. So these topics is also part of your exam. Okay, if you see the syllabus properly, it is also part of your exam. So that is why I want to emphasize these topics as well. More. After AWS, we're going to discuss the shared responsibility model. So this is our journey like this. Okay, like this, we're going to start from the scratch. Like first, we'll see what is SDLC. Okay, and what are the issues here in this model? What are the issues that you are facing, especially with the infrastructure and the resources? If it is the issue, this is the solution. Cloud computing is the solution. So how the cloud computing as a solution playing with the cloud computing technology. So these are concepts. Okay, virtualization is the concept we're going to discuss now. And inside the cloud computing, we have the deployment models and the service types. We're going to discuss as this. And we after finishing these topics, we're going to jump into the AWS. We'll see what is AWS here. Okay. So inside the AWS, first we will see few things. What are the few things about the AWS infrastructure? About the AWS services? Okay. It means we're going to see the reason behind why AWS become the top global leading platform. Okay, AWS is the global leading cloud computing service provider in the market, right? So we're going to see the reasons why it is global leading platform and how the infrastructure in the AWS, like regions, availability zones, data center, edge locations, point of presence, etc. And AWS services, we're going to see the different service categories. And also we're going to cover certain important terminologies called high availability, okay, fault tolerance, what do you mean by fault tolerance, and what do you mean by low latency. So we're going to cover certain important terminologies also. So once we're done with this, we're going to see this shared responsible model because it's an important topic where a couple of questions you may expect in the exam, right? So this is our agenda for the day. Okay, this is our agenda for the day, right? So here, as you know, most of you know what is the SDLC process, right? Most of you know what is the SDLC process. If you don't know, it's fine, no worries. So SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle, right? SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. It means to give one simple example. Okay, to give one simple example, let's say I have one business. I have one export and import business. Okay, let's say I have an export an import business to expand my business, globally, what is the best option to me to go with the digital way where I can connect to a lot of customers, right? So to go into the digital way, I have to develop one software. Okay, I need one software where it represents my business. So where customers can access the software and can approach my business, right? So if you see the scratch, let's say these are two sides of the wall. This is a side A, this is side B of the wall. Okay, side B of the wall. Generally, what we know, generally from our mobile phones, okay, using our mobile phones or the laptops or the machines, right? So what we'll do, we'll go to the Play Store or App Store, right? We'll go to the Play Store or Application Store in iOS, and then we'll install the applications, that softwares. Okay, then we'll install the applications. We'll start using that applications. Okay, we'll start using that softwares. Okay, but we don't know what happened in the other side. But we don't know what happened in the other side, how the softwares are developed. Okay, how these softwares are developing in the background. All right. So now we're going to focus on the side B. Okay, till now we only just on the player, okay, on the side here, where we are just installing the applications and we start using. Okay, if you see our mobile devices, if you see our mobile devices, mobile phones or the laptops, how it is manufactured, how it is designed. And the underlying section, we have the hardware, right? Where the hardware, it means like CPU, RAM, and processor. We have the hardware components, CPU, RAM, and the hard disk. Okay, upon that, we have the operating system, and upon that, we are running the applications. What do you mean by applications? If anyone don't know apps or software, if you are new to this technology, IT, computer, so applications or software, it is a set of, okay, it is called as computer program. Okay, it is a computer program. Applications or software, we call it as computer program. Okay, where this program is contains of set of instructions. Program consists of set of instructions. And how we are writing these instructions to the computer program? Using the high-level programming languages. High-level programming languages like Python, Java, etc., etc. So using that programming languages, we are writing a set of instructions which we call as computer program applications or the softwares. Okay. Generally, for example, like day-to-day life, we are using the Flipkart, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Right? So what happening on the other side? That is what we're going to see. Okay. That is what we're going to see. So in my case, example, okay. In my case, example, as I told you, I have the business. Okay. I have the business, import and the export. To expand this business globally, I need one software. Okay. Where the customers can download. Okay. Where the customers can download from the Play Store and they can start using my application software for the business transactions. Right. Because if you observe 2 decades back, okay, 2 decades back, for everything we used to go physically, like for every bank transaction, let's say, for example, bank transactions, okay, for deposit, for transfer, for withdrawal, even a common reason, okay, even for any reason, we used to supposed to visit our physical banks, right? But nowadays, are you visiting your physical banks? Nowhere, right? We are completely dependent on the softwares, applications for any service. We have the phone pay, Paytm, GPay, etc. Right? So for everything, we are dependent on the softwares. Okay. So that is what the now we are currently in the world, okay, which is running with the softwares. Okay. So in the same way, in the concept, I need to go, I want to expand my business using the software, but I don't know. I don't know how to create the software, how to create the application. Right. So what I done, okay, I approached to the company. Okay, I approached one organization, a company. Okay, it might be a MNC company or startup company. I approach this company. So where this organization or this company ready to take up my project, ready to take my project and to develop the software as per my requirement, as per my requirement. Okay. So now what is our organization is doing now? Okay, they're following certain standard operating procedures, right? It's an organization means team of members. Okay, it is a team with members, right? So they're following certain standard operating procedure, SOP standards, standard operating procedure to develop the project. Okay, to develop the software, right? Because simply they won't start, right? Simply without any framework, okay, without any standards, it's very tough to the company to follow the procedures. Okay, to start any business, now the organization is able to follow the standard operating procedures. So the standard operating procedures we are called as SDLC. SDLC. So now what do you mean by SDLC? Software Development Lifecycle. To develop any software, okay, to develop any software, they are following certain life cycle process, life cycle procedure. So here, if you see the steps, what are the steps involved in the software development life cycle? Okay. So this software development life cycle starts from the requirement or analysis. Step one. Okay, requirement or analysis. So now this organization, which is following this SOP, standard organization, okay, standard operating procedure, first they will take the requirement and they will do analysis. From whom? From the client. Now, who is the client? I will become the client to the company. Okay, myself, I will become the client to the company. Okay. So now they will take the requirement from me and they will do analysis. Okay, they will take the inputs from me. Okay, what is my business expansion? Okay, what are the services I'm giving? Right? Who are the main key players? What are the key services I'm providing? Okay, so they will take all the requirements and they will do analysis. Okay, where is the more customers are coming from which region? Right? What is the important area to focus? Okay, they'll do all the analysis and things. Okay, and after this, what is the next stage after taking the requirement analysis? They'll go with the design or planning. And next stage is the implementation. Let me explain. Okay, let me explain. See, if you want to if you want me to give one simple example, let's take your house. Let's take your home. Okay, you want to construct your home, right? You are ready. You have an idea to start your home. What you will do? First, you will go to the architecture. Okay, you will go to the architecture or the designer, right? So first, we'll go to the architecture. So you will go to the architecture where he will take your requirements, right? He will take the requirements from you, the inputs from you about your home, like how many rooms you are expecting, how many rooms you need. Okay. So what are the requirements? So now I will give my requirement. I will tell the architecture like I need one ground floor. Ground floor, I need one bedroom because I have the senior citizen parents. Okay. And the first floor, I can have two bedrooms. So I will give all the requirements to the architecture. So what this architecture will do? He will design based on the requirement. He will design. He will plan the things. Okay, he will design, he will done the paperwork in the background. So with this paperwork, who will the builder? Okay, the builder we call as builder. We will start constructing the house. Right, using this plan, we will start constructing the house. Right. So in the same way, because it is a product. In the same way, here also, my application is a product. Right. What are the application I'm looking for? What are the software I'm looking for? It is a product to them. So to start the product, okay, to start this product, even the company, the organization, taking the requirements from me, and after that, they're doing the certain paperwork. Okay, they're designing, they're planning. Okay, in this paperwork, here also we have the two things. Okay, high level design and the low level design. Okay, software requirement document. They will prepare one software requirement document, right? So in this document, they will mention all the details. Okay, what is the manpower required? Okay, what is the time needs? Okay, what is the risks involved? What is the risk involved? What is the manpower? What is the time taking? What is the budget? They will mention everything in a proper way. Okay, in the paperwork, in the background work. Once if it is okay, once if it is got approval from the client, okay, they will start implementing. They will start implementing. Okay. Why I'm emphasizing here? Because the stage 3, 4, and 5. These are the stages where the DevOps engineer is mainly focusing. Okay, these are the stages where the DevOps engineer is highly focusing. Okay, the DevOps process includes. So in the implementation, now who are there in the implementation team? Now we'll focus here. Okay, let me take a couple of minutes to explain what is this implementation process. I hope these two steps, I hope you understand these two steps, guys. Right, I hope you are able to follow me. Just for confirmation,
Yes, yes,
is my voice is audible? Is my voice is clear? I hope you are able to follow me.
yes.
Right? Fine. Thank you. So if you have any doubts, you can put your doubts in the chat box as well. Okay. Chat box is also available. You can ask me in the chat box as well. Okay. Or else you can raise your hand. I can see. Okay. You can stop me then and there. You can clear your doubts. So now we're going to focus this implementation process. Okay. What is this process? Who are there? Who are included? Okay. What's going to happen here? We'll see. Let me take one more. So in this implementation process, okay, this is the process in the stage 3. Okay. Now we are called as implementation stage. So in this implementation process, we are the software developers or software engineers. Software developers are engineers. Okay. Software developers are engineers who know the programming languages, right? Generally, the company recruit the people, the software developers, okay, who know the programming languages, who can work, who can do coding. Okay. And this environment we are calling as a okay, dev environment, development environment. Okay, this complete environment we are calling as development environment. Okay, dev environment, where the software developers okay work together to develop the coding for the projects. Okay, for the programming, computer programming, right? They develop the computer programming. They develop the projects, okay, applications, right? So here, in order to develop the programming, okay, in order to develop the project, in order to develop the software, who are the software developers, they need the infrastructure. First thing, right? They need the infrastructure. They need the infrastructure. What is the infrastructure here? To develop any software, four important pillars are required. Okay, four core pillars are very, very important to develop any software. To develop any software, okay, four core pillars are very important. The IT resources. What is the IT resources? One is the compute, storage, networking, and the database. So without this, it is highly impossible to develop the software. Okay, we need these four core pillars, right, to develop the software. Okay, so now the infrastructure. Okay, it means the company has to provide all these pillars, four core pillars to the software developers. It means they has to purchase the laptops, right? They has to purchase the laptops or the desktops. Okay, they has to purchase the laptops or the desktops, and they has to make sure the compute the CPU. Okay, which is there in the core processor, right? Whether it is the proper, okay, up to the mark storage, whether they are the good storage. Okay, it might be RAM or hard disk, and the networking components. Okay, networking components like they will see the networking component and the database to store the software information. We're going to see all things. Okay, don't worry. In the upcoming lectures, we're going to cover all these topics in the AWS. Okay, from the AWS. So these all this infrastructure is required. So who is providing the infrastructure to the software developers? The organization. Here the organization has to purchase all the infrastructure and they're providing the infrastructure to the software developers. Right? So once they started developing the coding, okay, now let's say this is a developer. Okay, he is one of the developer. Let's say he or she is one of the developer, and he started developing the coding. Okay, the source file. Okay, the coding that he done, the source file we are called as source code. Okay, source code we're going to see in our Git and GitHub classes, source code management tool. Okay, for the version controlling. Okay, what are the code? Okay, what are the initial code? What are the code that is developed by the softwares? Okay, in a common file. Okay, in a common file. Okay, we are going to source code of the project. So, which is in the high level programming language. Okay, which is in the high level programming language, or using the front end HTML, etc., etc. So it is a source code, which is in the high-level programming language. Okay. Now, do you think this source code going to understand by the computers to execute? To execute, I use one term, execute. What is the execute? What is the difference between the read, write, and execute? Because in my lectures, I'm also going to teach the Linux. Okay, Linux commands and all. So you should understand what is different between the write and the execute. What does it mean? Read, right? Read because only certain files. Okay, if you think any file, if you talk about any file, okay, see certain files. Okay, we can only read, right? We have the permissions to the certain files where we can only read the content, and to the certain files, even you can modify the content, right? Even you can edit that content and you can write something to the content. What do you mean by execute? What do you mean by execute? Execute means here if the file is a programming, if the file contains any computer program. Okay, if the file contains any computer program, I told you what do you mean by computer program? It is a set of instructions. Okay, what do you mean by computer program? It is a set of instructions which is written with a logical language. Okay, if the file contains any computer program, okay, what to do with the computer program? We have to run that program, right? If we run that program, okay, it will give the output. Okay, the computer program will give the desired output. So to run the program, we are calling as execute. Okay, how we are running this program, how we are executing this program using the separate tools. Okay, using the separate tools, we are running this program. Okay, computer program. That is what execute means. Okay, now this source code, directly the source code not able to understand by the computers, right? Because the machines that are designed where it can only understand the binary code. What do you mean by binary? What do you mean by binary? The machines, okay, the cell phones, the mobile phones, the laptops, what it may be, that it is designed in such a way where it can only understand the binary language. What do you mean by binary language? No, one more doubt. What do you mean by binary language? The zeros and ones, right? The zeros and ones. Okay. So now what the developers will do, let's say he's a developer. Okay, he's a software developer. Okay, he written the code. Okay, he wrote the code. I've seen one hand had raised. Let me take this. Yeah, Prangya. Yeah, Prangya, you are also talk. Prangya, do you have any doubts? Fine. So if you have any doubts, like if you want to say anything, okay, you can use the chat box as well. Okay, fine. So now these developers, what are the source codes? Okay, in the high-level programming language and the contents, okay, what the developer, you're called the source code. But the machines cannot understand the source code. To execute, to run this file, the machines has to understand this program, like computer program, the set of instructions. But directly it won't understand the source code. So we have to convert the source code into the bytecode or object code. Okay, object code. So this conversion we are called as compiler or interpreter. Okay, using the compiler interpreter, okay, we are converting the source code into the object code. Okay, now it is also called as bytecode, where it is converted into zeros and ones. Okay, our source code is converted into zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones. Now, along with this, we are adding certain libraries, okay, certain dependencies. What do you mean by libraries and dependencies? See, our software is dependent on the database. We need one database to store the information. Okay, these are all we call as dependencies. Okay, what are our application is dependent. We are keeping one package and we are converting this package all together in the final execution format. Okay, we are doing one package with the object code and with the dependencies. We are packing this entire thing. Okay, we are called as package. Right, we'll do the package. Once we do the package into the final format, okay, like you can make it as zip file. If it is a Python, okay, you can create one zip folder, zip file with the dependencies, libraries, and the object code. Or else, if it is a Java, we can go with the .jar or .var, okay, Java archive. Okay, web application archive. Right, this is a final format where we're going to do the package. Okay, where we're going to convert our entire object code with the libraries and dependencies into the final format. Now it is ready to deploy into the servers. Now it is ready to deploy into the servers. Right. Now here, till here, let me know. Let me know. Or do you have any doubts? Anyone? Guys, are you able to follow? Anyone have any doubts? I hope you are following my flow because lot of things, important terminologies, okay, where I'm going to explain in a proper way, okay, in a simple elementum example. Till here, are you able to follow what the developers are doing actually? Software developers are doing. Guys, it's clear to everyone. You can give your response in the chat box. Okay, again I'm saying the chat box is enabled. Okay, you can give your response in the chat box where I can see. I hope till here the picture is clear. So you're following me, right? Yes. Please kindly let me know because this is our class. First thing, we are all everyone here to upskill ourselves, right? So this is our platform. Please don't hesitate. If you have any doubts, please ask me. Okay, I'm going to help you out. Right. So now here I'll take just 1 minute time to explain what exactly the servers do. Okay. Right. So now what the software developer is doing is converting the source code. He's developing the code. Okay. The group of developers, they're developing the source code. And at the end, they're compiling, they're converting into the object code into the zeros and ones. Okay. Which is the binary format. And with the dependency libraries, they're doing the package into the final package. Okay. Into the zip file or .jar or .var. And they're deploying this file package into the servers. Now I'm going to explain what do you mean by the servers. What exactly happening in the background. Right. What exactly happening in the background. So here, as I told you, yes. Here, as I told you, what we people do, generally we will go and we'll install the software, okay, from the Play Store and App Store. We started using the applications, okay, which is running on upon the operating system, right? But what happened? How we able to reach? How we able to reach that things? Okay, here let me explain two things here. First thing is server client architecture. Server client architecture. Okay, first thing I want to explain the server client architecture. Okay, in this first. The next thing I want to explain the three important terminologies. In the next slide, I want to explain three important terminologies called protocol, okay, port number, IP address. Okay, in these two slides, I want to explain these two things. Okay, two important things. So, what I mean by server client architecture? What I mean by server client architecture? Okay, let's see. Let me give one simple example. Suppose I am feeling hungry. Okay, myself, I am feeling hungry, and I went to the hotel. I went to the hotel. So, while going to the hotel, okay, while reaching the hotel, so here, whether I have the access directly inside the hotel. Okay, inside this hotel, there are the different rooms. Okay, there are the many rooms, right? So this is the kitchen. This is the hotel kitchen. Okay. So now let me know. You guys, let me tell you. So whether I have the access to go to the kitchen directly. Okay, to take my own food, where the food is available in the kitchen. Whether I have the access to go and serve my own food there directly. Is it possible to me to go to the hotel kitchen and serve my own food, whatever I require, and to start eating? No, right? Okay, once I go to the hotel, okay, who will welcome me? Means who will take the order from me? To whom I have to put the order? To whom I have to put the request? What is the person name? What is the person name? To whom we going to put the request or order? Come on, guys, be interactive. So once we reach to the hotel, who will come to us to take the order from us? Okay, generally the waiter, right? Once we go to the hotel, Okay, the waiter will approach us. Yes, server or waiter? Good. Okay, it might be server. We got a server or waiter. Okay, so this is a person. Okay, on behalf of the hotel, he will approach us, right? So what we'll do, we'll put a request. We'll put an order. We'll put our request or the food order, okay, our food order to that waiter or server. Okay, to this waiter or server, right? So what will server or waiter do? Okay, two things he is doing, two functions. The waiter or server have two functions. What is the first thing? He is holding the food. Okay, he has the authority to hold the food from the kitchen. So he's holding the food. Okay, and what is the next thing? He is responding. Responding to the user request. Okay, first thing, he is holding the food. The next thing, he is responding to the user request, right? So in the same way, I'm going to explain you. Okay, we're going to connect this example. Okay, we're going to connect this example into the technology side. Okay, into the technology side. So in the same way, we guys, let's say you or me, let's say we are entering www.facebook.com. Right? Generally, everyone using the Facebook nowadays. So facebook.com. Okay, from our laptop. Let's say we are in front of our laptop. Right? This is our laptop, let's say, and we are entering www.facebook.com. So this request, so whatever we are putting, okay, whatever we are entering in the web browser, okay, this is the request. It will go to the server. Let's say this is a machine, okay, let's say this is a one more laptop. Okay, remote machine. All right. So this request will go to this machine. Okay, it's a remote location machine. Okay, where exactly the Facebook software is located, the package. Okay, the package of Facebook. Okay, Facebook package, software package is located. Okay, inside the server. Okay, and the special software. Okay, we're installing one special software. Okay, we have got a server software, web server software. Web server software. Okay, this is a software which is supporting us in the web server. It means it is holding the package. First thing in this software, okay, this is a web server software. In this software, it is holding the package, and whoever requesting, okay, whoever requesting to the server for the software package, okay, it is responding to them. Okay, it is requesting. You guys are requesting. Okay, the server is responding with the results. Responding with the results. Now the picture is clear. What in the server and the client? What the servers are doing? Okay, they're holding the data. Okay, they're holding the information or the data, right? And also they are responding to the clients, right? They're responding to the clients. Now it will become a server. Now this will become as a client. Right? I hope you understand this example. I hope you understand this example. Why we're called as server. Guys, any queries here? Any queries to anyone? Fine. So here, let me show one real example. Okay, let me show one real example. If you notice this, see, facebook.com. Okay, if I enter Facebook, right? If I enter Facebook, did you see? I got the, okay, see, the request had went. Okay, Facebook or Twitter or Amazon. So this is a request. I'm requesting from the web browser. See, this is the response I got. Right? This is the Amazon shopping response I got. So in the same way, Facebook, I request of Facebook, I got the response. So in the background, from where I got the response? From the servers. Are you getting my point? From the servers. Sometimes we'll see the server down. Right? We face that in the bank transactions, right? Generally, we face in the bank transactions. If you want to send money from one to another person, we face sometimes the server down. What do you mean by server down? The remote machine is not working. Okay, the processor is not working. It might be the high load. Okay, it might be the high load on the servers, right? So this is what the server mean exactly in the background. Okay, now here, let me copy this link. Okay, let me copy this link. What exactly this all together? We're going to focus on these things. Okay, we're going to focus on these things in our discussion. Yes, here. Let me copy here. Text. Now here, as per our as per our action plan, we're going to discuss now what is the protocol, port number, and the IP address. Okay, because these things are very basic. Okay, these things are very basics. Because without this, I'm not going to teach further. Okay, it means these are the main pillars to understand the subject in a proper way. Okay, these are acting like a main pillars to us. Okay, to understand what is cloud computing, AWS, and the DevOps, these should be known to you. Okay, these basics are. So now, if you see here, I'm telling that there is a three terms very important: protocol, port number, and the IP address. Protocol, port number, and the IP address. If you observe this, not only this, like Amazon.com, if you see this website, even Amazon.com, just copy this link also. Okay, I'm copying this link, and we'll try to see what exactly this means. What exactly it means. Okay, we'll try to expand this and we'll see. We'll focus. Right? So here, this HTTPS or the HTTPS here also. Okay, here we are calling it as protocol. Here we are calling it as protocol. Okay. And the colon, after colon, okay, we call it as port number. Okay. So after colon, followed by colon, we are called as port number. After two forward slash, we have one name, different names, www.facebook.com, www.amazon.com. So these names, okay, we are called as domain names. Why we have these names? What do you mean by domain or company names or website names? Right? These are our website names. Okay. But basically, these domain names are replacing the IP address. Okay, domain names replaced by IP address. Generally, it should be an IP address. Okay, generally, it should be an IP address. But these IP address are replaced by the domain names. These IP addresses are replaced by the domain names. By okay, domain mapping or domain mapping, you told us by domain mapping. Okay, through the domain mapping, what they're done? Okay, they're linking, they're mapping this IP address with the domain names. Okay, now we'll see what exactly this protocol, port number, and the domain name. Okay, protocol, port number, and the domain name. Let's see this example, facebook.com. As I told you, okay, let's say in the USA, in one of the server, let's say in the USA, in one of the server, okay, in one of the machine, the Facebook package is located, right? The Facebook software package is located. Okay, this is the hardware, CPU, RAM, and the hard disk. Upon that, there is the operating system. Upon that, there is one software, okay, server software, web server software. And inside this server, let's say this is a Facebook package is located, right? So now we guys, okay, now we people from our mobile phones, from the mobile phones or laptops, okay, we going to access this Facebook, right? We going to access this Facebook. Okay. Now here, now let's say one thing. Let me explain you one thing. See, in this digital world, okay, in this digital world, before the digital world, let's say this example. Let me give one simple example. Did you notice the mobile numbers, cell phone numbers? Every cell phone number is a unique, guys, right? Every cell phone number is a unique number. And in the same way, every vehicle registration number is also very unique. Every vehicle also has a unique number. Okay, unique ID, unique vehicle number. In the same way, like similarly, I have my own identity, right? I have my own name and the own identity. Okay, even you have your own name and own identity. Okay, in the same way, in this digital world, to identify the devices, because why? Because it's a communication between the devices. It's a communication between this device and these devices, right? Generally, what is a network? What do you mean by the network? It is establishing a communication between the devices. Okay, establishing a communication between the devices. So now currently we are in the Zoom application, Zoom software. From my laptop, I open the Zoom. Okay, from your laptop also, you log into the Zoom. So we are using the software to establish a communication, right? We are using the software support to establish the communication, right? So between my machine and the your device, my device and the your device. So how we are establishing that communication? Okay, it means we need some identity between the devices also. Between the devices also, we need one identity. Okay, that identity, that address. Okay, we need one identity, that address. We are called as IP address. Okay, Internet Protocol address. Okay, Internet Protocol address. Okay, for every machine, if you observe for every machine, generally we have the two addresses. Okay, generally, let me take new page in a proper way. Okay, where the software package is there. Okay, like there are the hardware components, operating system. Okay, here there is a Facebook application is there. Okay, let's say here the Facebook application package is located. Right now, see this Facebook application package. If anyone is requesting, okay, if anyone is requesting and the Facebook is responding to them, responding and the requesting, if it is getting the request and it is responding to them, it means it needs certain storage because the Facebook application, the package itself, the file itself needs certain storage. Okay, it means it needs certain hard disk, right? And who are requesting? Okay, who are requesting? It means we are responding. The Facebook application is executing. The Facebook application is executing, right? It means it needs the processor, it needs the CPU processor to execute the data. To support the CPU, we need the RAM, right? To support the CPU, we need the RAM. Okay, it means it is dependent on the underlying hardware. Okay, how our software? Okay, how our software is dependent on the underlying hardware? How it is communicating with the layer of operating system? Okay, so OS is very important. Okay, OS is very important. Okay, it is acting like a bridge between your software and the hardware. Okay, because this thing I missed. Okay, this thing I missed in the previous, so that's why I included here. Okay, now, so I'll focus on the protocol, IP address, and the port numbers. As I told you, every machine has a unique address. That address we are called as IP address. Okay, it's applications, OS, and the hardware. Okay, let's say this is a server. Okay, where the Facebook application is located in the USA, let's say. Okay, so here also any machine I told you there are two IP addresses. One is a private IP address. Okay, and one is a public IP address. Okay, this IP also, we have the two versions. If you see the IP addresses also, we have the two versions. One is IP version 4, which is a 32-bit, 4 octets, and one is the IP version 6. Don't worry, we're going to cover our networking concepts. The networking concepts in detail, we're going to see this. Okay. But as for a brief, okay, as per the content, okay, think that for every machine, there are the two IP addresses. One is a private IP address, one is a public IP address. Okay. Private IP address for the local, okay, area network for local communication. Okay, for LAN communication, local area network. Okay, within the network, to identify your machine, we are using your private IP address. For a wide area network, okay, if you are connected with the internet, for wide area network, okay, for the wide area network, we are using our public IP address. Okay, we are using our public IP address as an identity of this machine. Okay, as an identity of this machine. To give one simple example, let's say even we guys are the two names, right? Even we guys are the two names generally. One is a nickname. Okay, one is a real name. Nickname is for the internal, right? Nickname is for our parents, our friends, our close friends, our parents used to call us. Okay, without nickname. And what is the real name? Our school name. Okay, where the other guys, okay, where the outside people used to call us, right? In the same way, our machines also have the two IP addresses for the local communication, for the internet communication, okay, for the public communication. If you see here from my laptop, what is my public IP address? Even you can see your own public IP address. Okay, my public IP. You can see this is my public IP address. Okay, this is our public IP address, my public IP address. If you want to see my private IP address, okay, you can see my private IP address. I can go to the command prompt. So in this command prompt, I can enter IP configure. So this is my private IP address, IPv4, the version 4. Okay, it is for local communication. Okay, local area network. All right. And when I'm using this, okay, when I'm using this public IP, when I connect with the internet, okay, in that way, I'm identifying myself. I'm identifying my machine with the public IP address. Okay, that is the differences. You should know. Now, who is providing this public IP? Okay, who is providing this public IP? This public IP is provided by the internet service provider. To which internet you are connected? Okay, to which internet you have connected? That internet service provider allocating this public IP. Internet service provider allocating this IP address to us. Right? Okay, now we understand what is the IP addresses. Okay, now we understand what is the IP address. Even my laptop, let's say now in front of my laptop. Okay, right? In my Google browser, okay, in the web browser. Okay, let's say is the Google. In the web browser, what I'm entering, what I'm searching for, www.facebook.com. Okay, www.facebook.com. Right? Okay. So now where is the Facebook is located? Now where the Facebook application is located? In this server. Okay. So now this request will first reach to this machine. Okay, reach to this machine. Are you getting? Reach to this machine. Because as I told you before only, this domain name, we are called as domain name. This name is mapped with the public IP. Okay, this name is mapped with the IP address. So when we enter www.facebook.com, it means we are searching for the public IP of this server. Then why we are entering the IP address? Why we are entering the domain name? Why not we are entering the public IP address? Yes. The thing is that is it okay to you to remember this number? Right? This is the public IP address. Is it okay to remember such digits? No, right? Guys. Right? It is very tough to us to remember such numbers. So that is why for the feasibility, okay, for the flexibility or feasibility, we are mapping that address with the domain names. Okay, we are mapping that address with the domain names. How to get the domain names? So if you see the GoDaddy website, GoDaddy or Hostinger, if you see here, so here where we can get the domain names, right? You can get the domain names. Let's see Facebook. Let me take Facebook, FB. See, this domain is already taken, fb.com. There is no such name because it is already taken from the Facebook, right? So okay, if someone is using, we can't use the same name. If someone is using the same name, we can't use that. So now what the Facebook had done? They purchase this name and they map with the public IP address of the server. Are you getting now? It's clear now. They purchase this name and they're done mapping with this public IP address. So now we guys to reach to this machine. Okay, to reach to this machine, we are instead of entering the public IP address from our public IP. Okay, we also have the public IP. Okay, we also have the public IP in our laptop for our laptop, the private IP. Okay, from my public IP, okay, I'm going to interact with the public IP. But instead of entering the public IP, I am entering the domain name. Okay, which is easy to remember, right? So now I reached here. Now I reached till here. My request went here. Okay, till the server. Okay, right? Before moving further, I hope you are following me because I want to confirm myself because public IP, right? Internet service provider. Nobody. See, GoDaddy is the domain name service provider. Okay, GoDaddy is the domain name service provider. GoDaddy, Hostinger, they are providing the domain names. This is a website. Okay, GoDaddy, they are providing the domain names. You can see the GoDaddy. So getit.com. Okay, for 1 year, 499 rupees. Right. It is a domain name registration. Okay, it is a, like domain names we are getting. Not only the GoDaddy. Okay, you can see GoDaddy or Hostinger. Right, Hostinger. Okay, these are all the websites. where we are getting the domain names. Okay, web hosting and the get a domain name, right? So you can search for your domain name. If you need any domain name, you can search. Okay, you can search here in the drop down. Okay, you can get one domain name as per your requirement, right? So who is the ISP here? See, ISP is the internet service provider. Now, Mohammed, you tell me which internet service provider you are in connection with. Okay, which Wi-Fi you are connected with? Which internet service provider? Who is providing the internet service to you? Okay, so he is the guy. Okay, he is the guy providing one IP address to you. Okay, public IP address. It's clear, buddy. Don't worry. In the networking concepts, okay, in the networking concepts, I'll clear you there. But he is the guy. Okay, your internet service provider allocating your public IP address. That is the thing. So which internet you are connecting? So that internet connection will provide one IP address. Okay, which is not static. Okay, it will keep on change. Once again, I'm saying you, which is not static. It will keep on change. Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, in the upcoming lectures. That is the thing. So now, okay, with the IP address or okay, instead of IP address, we are converting that IP address because it is very tough to remember every time. Okay, for flexibility, we are taking one static IP address. It means we are not going to change this IP address, right? We are not going to change this IP address, which is a static IP address, and we are taking that IP address. Okay, that company, what is then they're mapping. Okay, they're mapping with the domain name that they're purchased. Now we, as a customers in the web browsers, we are entering the name instead of the IP address. So with this name, what is doing? It is taking till the server. Now we are here, right? We reach till here. Now what happening here? What happening here? If you see this, our machines or mobile phones, if you notice anytime very carefully, our mobile phones or laptops or desktops, it is designed in such a way where it is providing multiple services to us or multiple functions to us. Do you agree, guys? Our machines are providing multiple services and functions. So do you agree with this? Our machines are providing multiple services and functions. Okay, it might be mobile phone, it might be laptop, whatever may be. It is providing multiple services. It is providing like okay, it is running the application. It is providing music. Okay, you can see the music. You can listen the music. Like you can see the videos. So it's providing a lot of services, right? You can access the files. You can store the files. So we are dividing all the services. We are dividing all the services, or else we are allocating. We are segregating. Okay, we are segregating all the services into room numbers. Okay, into rooms. Let's say into rooms. Okay, it means let's say this is a room. Okay, this is a room number 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, like this. Okay, this is a room number 80. Okay, this is a room number 443. Let's say example. Okay, let's example. Okay. So now we are allocating, we are segregating all the services inside the machine into the rooms. Just like your school. Okay, your entire school building have a lot of classes. Okay, we are dividing all the classes into a particular room. Okay, like this is a class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. See, every class is for different purpose. Do you agree, guys? See, every class is for different purpose. Second class have the own syllabus. Third class is for its own purpose. Fourth class room it's for own purpose. So here also in our laptop or in our machines, what are the services? What are the functions we have? Okay, we are converting. Okay, we are allocating one room to it. For every service, we are allocating one room to it. In general, how many rooms we have? Okay, how many rooms? That rooms we are called as port numbers. In a technical way, we are calling that rooms in the port numbers. In general, how many port numbers we have? If you see all the services, we have by default 0 to 65,000 plus port numbers. 0 to 65,000 plus port numbers. Right? So certain port numbers are reserved for particular purpose. Okay, across the global, certain port numbers, certain rooms are reserved for particular purpose. If I say room 80, port 80 means okay, the purpose of the room 80 is common across the globe. It's clear. Okay, internationally, certain port numbers are reserved for particular purpose. Now let's say, okay, in the same way, this is a server. Okay, this is a server where the Facebook package is located. where the Facebook package is located. Right? Let's say the Facebook package is located in the room number 80. Okay, in the room number 80, the Facebook package is located. Right? So now what I'll do from my room number 80, okay, let's say, okay, what I'll do from my laptop, okay, from my laptop, I enter the IP address, as you know. Okay, I enter the IP address from the web browser. Okay, from the Google, I enter the domain name called www.facebook.com. Okay, which is the IP address of this machine. Okay, IP address of the server. After reaching here, now the thing is that to whom I have to communicate, to which room number I have to communicate. Are you getting my point? To which room number I have to communicate? If you want me to give simple example, let's say I am from India, and my friend is in USA. Okay, let's say he is in USA in one of the apartment. I wrote one letter to him. Okay, I wrote one letter. Okay, I wrote one letter. It reached to here. Till here it is reached. Okay, because I mentioned the apartment. Okay, apartment details. Okay, only the apartment address. Because in this apartment there are the number of flats. Okay, let's say there are the 8 flats. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are the 8 flats, but I enter only the apartment address. Okay, so this letter reached to the USA. Now this letter is with the watchman here. Okay, my letter is okay with the watchman. Now tell me to whom, to where this letter going to deliver by the watchman. Did the watchman have any idea, guys? Did the watchman have any idea? Because we just entered the apartment address. We not mention anything on the cover letter. Okay. Now, did the watchman knows? Do the watchman knows to where the letter belongs to out of the eight flats? Right. It is very tough. Okay. It's very tough. So in the same way, with the IP address, we are reaching to here. With the IP address, we are able to identify the server. But in the server, there are a lot of services, lot of functions to where exactly we want to communicate. Because in the server, the database is running. Okay, let's say there is the gaming software is running. Different softwares are running. Okay, different things are running. Different functions are running. To where exactly this address? Okay, to where exactly we want to communicate? Right. So that is what we are using the combination of the protocol and port number. Now here we understood that we have to we ready to communicate with the port number 80. Port number 80. Right. We understood that we have to communicate with the port number 80, followed by this IP address. Inside this IP address, we have to communicate with the port number 80. But here, one thing is important. One thing is important. We can't directly communicate with just like that. Okay, we can't communicate just like that. For example, if you want to talk with your parents, you'll follow certain standards, certain rules and regulations, certain protocol. Are you getting my point? If you want to talk with your parents, you'll follow certain standards. If you are talking with your student, if you are talking with your teachers, okay, if you are talking with your lecturers, professors, you will talk in a certain manner. Okay, it means you'll maintain certain rules and regulations. Are you getting my point? Guys, it's clear to you, everyone? If you're talking with the person, based on the person, okay, you'll follow certain rules and regulations. Okay, certain standards. If you're talking with your friend, the standards are different. If you're talking with the parents, that standards are different. With your teachers, you'll maintain different standards. Okay, in the same way, now we're going to communicate with the room number 80. Okay, with the standards, with the rules and regulations, with the rules and the regulations that are there, okay, that are available to communicate with the port number 80. That is the port number 80. So that rules and regulations, that standards, we are calling it as protocol. Okay, that standards we are called as protocol. Okay, that standards we are called as protocol. Now let's say from my web browser, my Google. Okay, you know, like softwares also like Google, Microsoft Edge. Okay, these are the softwares which support the protocol HTTPS or HTTP or HTTPS protocols or HTTPS or HTTPS connections protocols. It means what I mean to say, from my laptop, okay, from my laptop, okay, I want to connect to the server with the HTTP and HTTPS protocol. Means, okay, what is the port number for HTTP? 80. What is the port number for HTTPS? 443. Okay, these are our website protocols. Okay, right. So it is a okay. What is the protocol to communicate with the 443? What is the standards and rules we have to maintain to communicate the protocol 443? HTTPS. Right. So from my laptop with the IP address, with the domain name, I want to communicate with this, okay, with this server It might be HTTPS protocol, HTTP protocol. So which software I'm using? Web browsers. Okay, web browsers. It means based on the protocol, we are using different tools. Okay, different softwares. Okay, which are supporting the different protocols. It's clear to everyone now? Now let's see the example once again, the Facebook example once again. Okay, Facebook example once again. See, so if you see this, so with this protocol from my laptop, now you have the doubt. Okay, now my doubt is that why we are only using the Google, or Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer. Why not other softwares? Because the software is developed that where it is supporting the protocols, okay, to communicate. All right. The software it is developed, the Google or a Microsoft, it is developed in such a way where it is supporting these protocols. All right, where it is supporting these protocols. So that is why we are using the Google and Microsoft Edge, the browsers. So in my browser, okay, once I enter the facebook.com, what actually it is? Domain name. But instead of domain name, what should be here actually? The IP address. Okay, because it is very tough to remember the IP address. So that's why we have the domain name. So with this domain name, okay, it means I am reaching to the server. Okay, with this domain name, I can reach to the server. To the server exactly where? To this protocol. And what is the room number? 443. What is the port number here? 443. But it is not visible, right? After colon, there should be a number called 443. It is not visible because because by default, HTTPS protocol, we are using this protocol for the port number 443. By default, it is globally, it is common. So that is why it is not visible. Okay, that is why it is not visible. So it means that we are using the, okay, we are going to the port, okay, we are communicating, okay, in this server, okay, in this IP address, okay, in this domain name, in this IP address, public IP address of the machine, okay, exactly, we are communicating, okay, exactly, we are communicating to the port number 443 with this protocol, HTTPS protocol. Okay, that is what the meaning behind this. That is what the meaning behind this. So now it's clear to everyone? Yes, it's clear to everyone. I need your response from everyone. So I hope you understand this. What do you mean by protocol, port number, and the domain name or the IP address? So any queries? Let me take queries now, just for 1 to 2 minutes. Let me take any queries. Any queries from your side? Prangya, you have query. I can see your hand. Your hand is raised. Prangya. Prangya Bisoi. Please kindly let me know if you have any queries. I hope you are enjoying the session. Guys, I hope you are enjoying the session. Is it okay? Not bad. Okay. Yes. So these are the things we should know. Okay. These are the things we should know because we're going to discuss a lot of things in the upcoming days. Okay. In the upcoming lectures, we're going to discuss a lot of things. So these are all the things we should understand, right? So we'll do one thing here. Okay. We'll take just short break, just 2 to 3 minutes break. Have some water. Okay. Have some water. Just 2 to 3 minutes. Now it is 7:12. Okay. IST Indian Standard Time. Just take 2 to 3 minutes break. Okay. Just take 2 to 3 minutes. Then we will resume. All right. Because we are in the implementation stage. All right. So we started our journey with the implementation stage. Now we are here. So we have seen what is the infrastructure required and what is exactly happening. Okay, these servers from the servers. Okay, we connected to server client architecture. Okay, what's happening? And from here we connect to port protocol, port number, IP address. Right. So these things we should know. So after the break, we're going to conclude this implementation. Then we'll come to the testing team and the monitoring team. After this, we will see the issues. What are the main issues? Okay, and what is the solution? Right. I hope you enjoy the session. Right. Just take 2 minutes break and come back. Okay, 2 to 3 minutes. Yes, thank you. Okay, we're done with the break. Thank you. So continuing the class. So I hope no one have any queries. So please kindly let me know if you have any queries. Fine. Okay. So now we are in the implementation stage, in that stage. Okay. So once we done the package, okay, once the team of developers, software engineers, okay, software developers, they're done coding. Okay. In the coding also, like only one person is not doing coding. Okay. They divide the entire project into modules. Okay. They divide the entire project into modules. And then in that modules also where the tasks, okay, units, right? Functions, functionalities. Okay. So after developing by the things, let me take a new page. Okay. Now all the software developers, okay, they develop the coding. Okay. They develop the programming, like they develop the application project. Okay. So here we are using the Git and GitHub for the source code management, keeping all the versions on track. Right. So here, after that, they're doing compiling and they're doing the packaging and they're deploying into the servers. Okay. This is the development environment. Okay. Dev environment. So they deploy into the servers. Okay. Even it means what is the coding they done? Okay, what are the coding they done? What is the coding and the project they are developing? Even they will check at that point. Okay, even they are doing testing at that point. Yeah, they will test the entire thing. Okay, they will test the entire code, functionality checks, everything, even at their location, means at their environment, in their environment. Right? Once if it is done, okay, once if it is done, once if it is done, it moves to the testing team. Okay, testing team. So here we are the QA, quality checks, quality assurance of the project. Okay. So even this testing team also what they'll do. Okay, this testing team also they will take the package, right? They'll take the package from the source code, okay, from the source code management or from the developers. Even they will deploy into the servers. Okay, they will deploy into the servers and they will also do the testing, right? They will also do the testing. Why it is required, right? So here the testing team in the fourth stage, right? In the fourth stage, we are the testing team. Okay, even this testing team need the infrastructure, right? Even this testing team need the infrastructure, right? It means the same environment. It is called as testing environment or QA environment. Okay, even this environment, this group of members, this group of people, they need the infrastructure. Okay, right? They need the IT resources. Okay, after that, by using the IT resources, they'll take the package and they'll deploy it to the servers and they will do, okay, coding, like they will do testing for the coding. Okay, they'll figure it out the bugs. Okay, they'll figure it out the bugs and all. Right? Then why it is important here? Why the testing stage is important? Because already the developers are doing the testing. Do you agree? Already the developers are doing the testing. Right? But why it is required the testing team? Why don't we skip? It is very tough to skip. You know one thing. There is a real story. If you see one real example, real story, uh, Ariane 5, yes, the European space launch vehicle. If you see this, if you see, it's a real story. Okay, it is a real story, right? So if you see this story, there is reason. Yes. See, so this is the Ariane 5 from the European Space Agency. Okay, this rocket had got crashed within 30 seconds. Okay, within see on June 4, 1996. Okay, this rocket within 40 seconds after initiation stage, within 40 seconds, it got failed. It got crashed. Okay, right? It got crashed after 30 seconds of liftoff. right? What was the reason? Software bug. Okay, there is bug in the coding. Okay, there is a fault in the coding. Okay, they're not done proper testing. Okay, they just like deploying to the servers where it misfunctioned. Okay, where it is mis-executed. Okay, where the output is misfunctioned. Right, because of the software bug, because of the bugs, because of the fault, because of the error in the coding. Okay, because of the error in the coding, it got crashed. Okay, it got crashed. Okay, this is a real example. Okay, this is a real example. Okay, in the same way, we need the testing is very, very important. We can't just wipe out the testing. It is very, very important. Right. So once the testing team is done the testing, okay, once the testing team is done the testing, okay, once they give the approval and all, okay, now it will go to the operational department, operation team. Operational team. Yeah. Right. Now it go to the operational team. What the operational team will do? Okay, they will deploy the project. They will deploy the package into the real-time environment. We call it as production environment, prod environment. If we take one more sheet. So now the dev team from the dev environment, where the software developers develop the coding and they're doing testing by this side. Okay. And after it, it's moved to the testing environment. Okay, where the testing QA team, okay, QA and QDs, okay, they will do the testing, right? Once they figure it out, everything is fine, then it will move to the production team, okay, production environment, where the operational department, production environment, okay, where it is a real environment where the customers can access. Okay, in the production team, here also we need the infrastructure. The dev team is taking the infrastructure here. Here also the company has to maintain the infrastructure, right? Here also, it requires the infrastructure. What exactly the production team? Like you and me, the customers. Just now we are seeing www.facebook.com, right? Just now we seen www.facebook.com. This request is going to this infrastructure, which is under the control of production environment. Okay, it means the production team is very, very important, where they are deploying the project into the servers, in the infrastructure, and making it available to the public, the customers, end users, right? End users. Okay, right? Here, why I give one gap? Why I maintain one gap? Here, if you observe this, see, before coming our project here also we are doing testing, sort of testing by the, okay, dev environment. Okay, testing team are also doing testing, okay, in their own style. Here, we have one more called pre-production environment, pre-prod environment. Pre-prod environment. It means it is like a real situation only, okay, just like the real situation. Let's say here 1 lakh people are accessing, so 1 lakh people are accessing the infrastructure, like our, okay, our application. So here also just like a real situation, right? They want to test before going to the production team. They want to test here, just to face the real interface, right? Here we got a staging environment, okay, pre-prod or staging environment, staging area, right? If it passed all the tests, in all the sites, okay, then they will release into the actual thing, right? The production, okay, the application is released, okay, the release date of the application into the market, into the production, in the production environment. Okay, it means before our application is coming into the public, okay, we are doing number of testings. Right? This concept we are called as shift left. If you do this Google, this term, shift left. This is a shift left process. It means before figuring, okay, before you going to figure it out bugs in the production environment, please try to rectify your bugs in the shift left concept. It means do number of testings before it is available to the customers. Why? Because let's say in my import and export business, import and export business. Okay. What I'm saying that for 10 kilometers, I'm charging 1,000 rupees, let's say. Okay, this is the service that I'm providing. Let's say, example. Okay, now they've done everything. Okay, they developed the coding, etc. They've done testing. They've pre-production environments also, real-time situation they're facing, and they release into the production environment. But after releasing into the production environment, let's say there are certain bugs, and instead of 1,000 rupees, it is showing only 100 rupees. This zero is missing. This zero is missing. It is just showing 100 rupees. It is a how big loss to me, right? How big loss to me. Even in the Amazon shopping, or else in a flight, you are booking the flight. In the flight also, instead of 3,000, it is showing just 30. Okay, just $3. Instead of $300, $200, it's just showing $3 because of some error. $30 because of some error. Like it is how big it is trouble to the business, right? So that is why we are using the concept called shift left. Okay, it means before coming to the production environment, it should be tested number of times. Okay, it is tested. It should be tested number of times before it is coming to the production environment, right? So that is the concept of shift left. Okay, so it's clear to everyone. Till here, it's clear to everyone. Yes, till here it is clear to everyone. So once the production team is done, the sixth stage we are on the monitoring team. Okay, the monitoring, right? Operational. Once they enter into the production environment, okay, it is the dev environment, testing environment, production environment. We are the monitoring team who will do monitoring continuously. Okay, who will do monitoring continuously that software, right? They will take the feedback from the customers. Okay, they'll take the feedback from the customer. They will see the customers are satisfied with the production. Okay, or our product, right? It's a monitoring team, right? Continuous monitoring of the product. So that is what this is the complete life cycle. Okay, right? This is the complete life cycle of any project. Any project, this is the complete life cycle. It means it's not going to end. This cycle is not going to end. Right? Monitoring also keep on doing monitoring, again changes, again design plans, implementation, new versions, version 1 to version 2, new changes, new updates to the customers. Right? Keep on changing, keep on going. That is what we are called as SDLC, life cycle. Okay, this is a cycle, never ending. It is not the linear, it is a cycle mode. Okay, never ending process. So it's clear to everyone now? Yes. Let me take few doubts. If it is clear, now we're going to enter into the cloud computing. Then why the cloud computing come into the picture? What are the main issues here? What are the main issues in this SDLC? Okay, and why the cloud computing came into the picture? Right? I hope till here it's clear to everyone. The picture is clear. Right, the picture is clear. Yes, yes. See in the SDLC model, once I started the DevOps, okay, before we go into the DevOps, we have the waterfall model, okay, we have the waterfall method, and we have the agile method, okay. Using this agile method, now we are upgrading to the DevOps process, okay, DevOps culture, right? We're going to see there also, okay, we're going to see the issues there also and why the DevOps process come into the picture, okay. Yes, Ambuj, okay, they're the models, okay, in the SDLC also we have the models. Let me show my PPT. I have prepared one PPT. So this is what SDLC, we have the different models. Okay, we have the different models and we have the different environments, right? Dev environment, QA testing environment. Okay, this is the user acceptance test environment, pilot environment, means pre-production environment, okay, pre-prod environment, production environment. See, I'm going to share this material with you. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to share this material with you. Right? So that's the thing. I hope you understand till here. Till here, you understand the picture because now we're going to start into the actual game. Right? Till now, you just covered only the basics. Till now, okay, to understand the actual picture. So this is the actual story. Now, we going to understand. See, for every stage, the company has to purchase the infrastructure. Do you agree? In every stage, the company has to purchase the infrastructure, right? In the implementation team or development environment, in the testing environment, in the production environment, the company has to purchase the infrastructure and they has to maintain. They has to maintain the infrastructure. So this is the main issue. Okay, let me show you. Right? If they want to, okay, now this is the organization. Now this organization has to do two investments. two investments. What are the two investments? One is the capital expenditure. Capital expenses, and one is the operational expenses, OPEX. Okay, what is my capital expenditure? Let me give one simple example to understand this. Let's say, suppose I want to purchase a car. Let's say I want to purchase a car. This car costs me around, okay, around 10 lakhs. In Indian currency, it is 10 lakhs. You just think if you are the US, okay, if you anyone have the foreign, you just think that it cost me like around like 10,000 US dollars. Okay, this is the initial investment. You purchase the car. Okay, I have to pay 10 lakhs or 10,000 US dollars to purchase this car. This is my initial investment. This investment I am calling as capital expenses, capital expenditure. Okay, it is my initial investment. After purchasing this car, after purchasing this car, regularly I have to maintain the fuel. I have to invest on the fuel, right? I have to invest for the repair. If anything repair had come, I have to go for repairing, servicing, right? Repairing, servicing, etc. Okay. If any component, okay, if any component is replaced, I have to go for component replacement, right? So all these expenses are called as operational expenses. Operational expenses. See, so now I have to bear my capital expenses, capital expenditure, and the day-to-day operational expenditure. So altogether, it is very big cost. Altogether, it is very, very high. The investment is very, very high. First reason is it is a high investment. And what is the next issue? What is the next issue? Inefficiency. What do you mean by inefficiency here? Inefficiency. What do you mean by inefficiency here? The thing is that after purchasing the car, and after investing on the capital expenditure and operational expenditure, do you think that I'm using 24 by 7? Even for 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers? No, right? For 2 to 3, for 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, I will go by walk. Or if I have the bike, I will use the bike. So it means I'm not using this car full-fledged. Are you getting my point? I'm not using this car up to the mark, means full effort, full-fledged. So this is what inefficiency. Because I invest a lot of money, but still I am not using up to the mark. Means it's inefficiency is happening. In the same way, the organizations. It might be the MNC's company, startup company, or an individual. Okay. First, what are the things has to do? They has to invest upon the infrastructure. Do investment on the infrastructure that we are called as IT resources. They has to do the two investment on the IT resources, which we call as infrastructure. Okay, what is the capital expenditure? Means purchasing initial investment, purchasing the desktops, laptops, CPU, hard disk. Okay, purchasing the licenses. Okay, operating system licenses, etc. And what is the operational expenditure? Like cooling system. Okay, they need a cooling system, security, right? They has to go for repair, upgradation. If component is not enough, they have to upgrade the component. They have to go for the replacement. So this is what all the operation expenditure, right? Even if they purchasing the things, here also we can face inefficiency, right? If the laptop is, let's say one laptop is 16 GB, we are using just only 8 GB in that. Okay, out of 16 GB RAM, we are just using the 8 GB RAM only. It means we are not using the 8 GB. Remaining 8 GB, you are not at all using it. It means it is inefficiency, right? It is inefficiency. So what are the main issues here? One is the budget, investment, and one is the inefficiency. Okay, inefficiency, because the companies are investing a lot of money on the IT resources or the infrastructure. These are the many, okay, these are the main criteria of the issues. They are the main issues. Okay, these are the main issues. Not only the company, even the startup companies are facing. Even the startup companies are facing. Now tell me, now I'm asking you one question. Okay, one simple general example. What is the solution do I have? In my car example, what is the solution do I have? Anyone? Any idea? What is the solution to overcome this inefficiency and the budget issues? Anyone? General, you tell me what is the solution do I have? hire car services. Yes, great, Mohammed. Right? I can go for rental. Right? I can go for rental purpose. Right? Now, what I'll do in my car example, I'll go for rental. Okay. I'll go for Uber. I'll take the car as a rental. Right? I need not to worry about the capital expenditure and operational expenditure. No capital expenditure here. Okay. No operational expenditure here. Right? Okay. I just go to the Uber. I can use this Uber services. And how I'm going to pay? See, I'm overcoming this capital expenditure and operational expenditure. Then how I have to pay? What is my investment here? Just I'm going with the pay as you go model. Pay as you go model. Okay, pay as you go model. In the same way, okay, this is an innovation, right? This services is the innovation now. In the same way to the organizations or to the startup companies, etc. Okay, even to the individual. Okay, what are the issues they are facing on the investment and the inefficiency? Okay, on the investment of capital expenditure and operational expenditure and the inefficiency of using the resources. Okay, this is the main issue. So what is the solution now here? What is the solution? The solution is the cloud computing. Cloud is the solution. Cloud computing is the solution now. So how it is acting like a solution? What do you mean by cloud computing? Let me give one simple definition. Okay, I'm not going with the different, okay, hi-fi definition. Just we'll make the things simple. Keep the things very simple. What do you mean by cloud computing? So cloud computing means on demand. I mean cloud computing service providers on demand delivery of on demand delivery of IT resources. Okay, on demand delivery of IT resources over the internet. You can say through virtually or through internet. Through internet, which means virtual. Right? So in which model you have to pay for it? You pay as you go model. Right? So if you observe this thing, what are the cloud computing service providers? Service providers are doing. They came with an idea. Because of these issues, they came with an idea. Okay. The cloud computing service provider, what they are doing? They are delivering. What they are delivering? IT resources, that infrastructure, compute, storage, networking, database, whatsoever. Okay. What are all the IT resources you require on demand? Okay. It means if it is demanded by anyone, okay, it may be organization, startup company, any individual. If they're in demand of IT resources, this cloud computing service provider, they are ready to deliver it. But how? Through the internet, through virtually, not physically, just like our Uber example. In the Uber example, we can get the rental services through physically. But here also, you can get the rental services in a pay-as-you-go model, okay, through virtually. Through virtually. How? Just see here. From my laptop, okay, from my laptop, I'm just entering the AWS console. Okay, this is the AWS console. So I'm logging from my laptop. So this is a website. So I'm just logging to the services. Okay, AWS. Username and the password. So now I'm in the AWS console. Okay, Amazon Web Services console. Right, this is my name. Sai Guda, this is the region. Okay, we're going to learn all these things. Okay, don't worry. So I have the different sections. Okay, different services. Like for compute, for blockchain, containers, etc., etc. So I can create resources. I can create resources here. I can start using. I can start using. Okay. This is what actually going on. Okay. So who are the main important cloud computing service providers we have? Who are the top cloud computing service providers we have? Who are delivering such IT resources? Who are delivering such IT resources? We have from Amazon Web Service. From Amazon, we have the AWS. Okay. From Amazon, we have the Azure, Microsoft Azure from Microsoft. Right. We have the GCP, Google Cloud Platform from the Google, Alibaba, Oracle, IBM, etc., etc. Okay, all these are the cloud computing service providers who are providing the IT resources over the internet to the customers. Now it's clear to everyone. No? What do you mean by cloud computing and who are the cloud computing service providers? Guys, it's clear to everyone. No? Because these things we should understand. Okay. Out of this, we're going to learn the AWS particularly because it is a global leading in this platform. It is a top comparing to Microsoft Azure and the GCP. Okay, it is a top in the service providing. Right? If you understand what is the cloud computing, then it is better to understand the AWS. If you understand these things, it is better if you go to the DevOps. Because in the DevOps, we're going to integrate the DevOps culture into the cloud computing in the AWS. Right? So that is our concept. That is our way of plan of action in learning the things. Okay, that is our plan of action in learning the things. Right? Now it's clear to everyone now what do you mean by cloud computing? How it is evolved first, how it is came into the picture, what is the reason background, because of the capital expenditure and operational expenditure and the inefficiency in the using the resources, right? Physical resources, because purchasing the resources is very highly tough in the capital expenditure and operational expenditure. To overcome that, we are going with the rental services from the cloud computing service providers like AWS, Microsoft Azure, GCP, etc. Guys, till here the picture is clear. Everyone, any doubts? Guys, do you have any doubts? Rangya, Ambuj, Rangya, Kursi, Mohammed, Nikesh, Navya, Sheetal, Sudhir. Please kindly let me know if you have any doubts.
So,
Okay. Yes, Ambuj.
so my doubt was like today we have learned about SDLC model and means
Cloud
mostly the
computing.
SDLC model. Yeah.
Yes. SDLC and the core protocol, the basics. Okay. The cloud computing, right? Mm. So yes, buddy. So
So
anything
are
you know?
we like first we'll learn AWS or DevOps?
No, no, no. So if you learn directly DevOps, you will get lot of doubts. It means the purpose is wasteful. First, if you understand the AWS, so I told you, right? If you understand the AWS, the important tools. So using this AWS infrastructure, we're going to learn the DevOps. Right? We're going to implement the DevOps using this AWS infrastructure. Are you getting, buddy? Instead of purchasing our physical resources, we're going to implement this DevOps process using this AWS infrastructure. Right? It means first you have to know the AWS infrastructures concepts.
And how many months plan is like course is this?
It is like 8 weeks. Okay, this is the first week. Right? It is like 8 weeks. Like every week, you can say like 2 days we are taking. Okay, Saturday and Sundays. Today 2 hours and Sunday 2 hours. It means weekly 4 hours class. You're going to get the recording classes, recording access for the lifetime. And also you're going to get these materials from my side. Okay. You're going to get the recording class and this. So you can expect that now it is like 23. So this week. So you can expect by November first week, we're going to finish the classes. Mostly by November second week. Because only weekends we are learning. Okay. Only weekends we are learning these concepts.
Just one more question. Like for example, we are learning in weekends, Saturday, Sunday. So if any doubt, we need how
You
we
can
need
approach
can
me.
we leave?
Yes, yes, yes. There is
We,
a WhatsApp group. Okay, you can approach me. You can approach to the management. Like you, okay, right? You can approach me anytime
uh,
because I cover a lot of batches where students are still in touch with me, who are doing very good. Right? You can approach me in between also. Okay, no worries in that. I'm happy to help you out anytime. Right?
like in weekdays, we can. How can I approach you? That's the
That's the thing. Yes, I'm going to share the thing. Once you register in this course, okay, once you register in this course, you can be part of the WhatsApp group. Right? You can be part of the WhatsApp group. You can connect with me there. Right, buddy?
okay. And There is
Yes.
one, and your mail also is there, like where we can share the screenshot where we are getting error on WhatsApp also, both there.
Yes, yes,
Both ways.
yes. You can approach me, okay? You can approach me, right? So by showing your screenshot, is the error and all, I'm happy to help you. As I told you, right? Still, the previous batch of students are still in touch with me. If they have any doubts, if they need any material or else whatever, so they need any help from my side, they're still in touch with me. Okay, even after the batch completion, still I'm in touch with them. Okay, doing very good. Okay, no worries in that body, right? Yes. So, Danya, you're asking one doubt, like, can you please explain how different AWS solution type certification, DevOps certification? See, Danya, to answer this question, see, AWS solution architect level is the thing is that if you observe the solution architect associate, okay, the both are the associate certifications. Okay, a developer associate, you are asking the DevOps certification, right? So AWS DevOps. So if you go with the AWS DevOps, it means you are using the DevOps tools from the AWS, like code commit, code builds, code deploy, okay, code pipeline. It means AWS DevOps certification means you are the specialist in the DevOps, but the tools you are getting the tools from the AWS. It's clear, buddy? Like you are using the tools from the AWS for the DevOps. Okay, you are using the AWS DevOps tools. Okay, not the free and open source tools like okay, like the Git and GitHub or Docker, Terraform, Ansible. Okay, you are most familiar with the AWS DevOps tools. In the AWS also we have the DevOps tools. So that is what AWS DevOps certification. If you are going with the solution architect associate, the certification, it is the associate level. Okay, it is a certification at the associate level. It means where we can say that you are the cloud engineer role. Okay, mostly you are familiar with the cloud engineer role. Okay, it means you are architect. What do you mean by architect? It means you are planning the resources. Okay, you are planning the resources and you are giving the solution to your organization. Which resource is best? Okay, you are planning the resources based on the resources and you are giving a solution to your organization, your teammates, which resource is best in the AWS to choose. Right. So that is what solution architect associate certification. So both are good. Okay, both are good if you go. Both the certifications are very good. But initial level, it's better if you go with the AWS. Overlapping which course I need to go with first. So going on meanwhile, okay, which overlapping. Okay. It's better, but if you go with the AWS like solution architect certification, okay, because if you see one thing I want to tell you all, it is the right time if you apply for this associate challenge. If you see here, there is a AWS associate challenge is going on. I think it's going to end next 2 days. I think next only just 1 week is left. See, associate challenge by September 29th, it is going to end, where you can get 50% discount. Please kindly register today itself. My advice to everyone. I don't mind even you going to part of this series or not. Doesn't matter. Okay. No worries in that. Even I'm not going to force you to join this course. Okay, it's up to you. If you like these classes, if you love these classes, my way of teaching, you may join. But one thing, okay, please kindly go this website. Okay, please kindly go this website and register here. Get 50% discount voucher. It means this exam costs 180 US dollars. Are you getting my point? This exam costs 180 US dollars. Okay, it means you're going to save almost 100, okay, 80 US dollars with this voucher. Right, with this voucher, you're going to save almost like 80 to 100 US dollars. So please go and get. Okay, with that voucher, you can write the exam by October. Okay, by the end of the October, you can write that exam. Right, but first get this voucher because it's going to end. Okay, this discount voucher going to end. Okay, please kindly go and get this voucher. Right, and in the chart box, you can see the payment link. Okay, in the chart box, you can also see the payment link. Okay, who want to be part of this course? Okay, get the payment link. Okay, do registration, be part of this course, and enjoy the sessions from my side. Right? Yeah. So, is there any queries to anyone? Is there any queries to anyone? No, nobody. So, let me show you. Let me show you my PPT. See, we're going to create the free tier account. Okay, we're going to create the free tier account to practice. See, if you see this report, AWS in the top. Okay, it is not by me. Okay, it is saying by the Gartner report. As per the Gartner latest report, AWS is in the top in the leaderboard. Okay, this is a history. We're going to see tomorrow. Okay, we're going to see all these things tomorrow. Right, AWS infrastructure, everything, and how to create the free tier account and how to do practice. Okay, we're going to see the steps how to create free tier account. Okay, and what are the certifications we have in the AWS? So first one is foundational level. Okay, which we call as cloud practitioner level. Okay, cloud foundation or cloud practitioner level. Okay, which is $100 with $20 as tax. So $120. It's a cloud practitioner certification. And second thing is associate level. In the associate level, we have the three certifications: solution architect, developer associate, SysOps. So here it is $180. It means 150 plus $30 is the tax. 150 for the exam, $, and $30 for the tax. So now, as I told you, if you go with the link, okay, you will going to save almost like $80, 80 to $100. You're going to get 50% discount here. You're going to get 50% discount here. Okay, you can apply that voucher at anywhere out of the three. And after that, we have the professional level. In the professional solution architect and the professional DevOps engineer. That too in the AWS. Okay, they're the three levels. And if you need any specialist, okay, if you need any specialty in any particular thing like networking, machine learning, data analytics, database, you can do that special course also. Okay, special course also. But the companies, for a time being, the companies are looking for this certification. Most of the companies are asking, this is the minimum certification. Okay, this is a minimum basic certification the companies are looking for. Even we're going to focus on this. Right? Along with this, we're going to cover the DevOps tools, which are free and open source. Not particularly to the AWS. We're going to cover the DevOps tools in general. Okay, like Git, GitHub, Docker, okay, Terraform, Ansible, Jenkins, etc. Right? So it's clear to everyone now, because if you learn the DevOps from the AWS, it is only narrow. Okay, but if you learn the DevOps in general, you can apply it in anywhere. Okay, if you have the DevOps knowledge, okay, if you have the knowledge of the DevOps tools, using this DevOps knowledge tools, you can apply in the AWS, you can apply in the Azure, okay, you can apply in the GCP, etc. But you have a one doubt. But Sai, we are learning only the AWS. How to apply in the Azure and GCP? It's so easy. Now, whatever I'm teaching in the AWS, the same concepts in the Azure and GCP, but only the terminology is different. Only the terminology is different. But same concept, same thing is there. Right? Same concepts and same thing is there. So if you learn the AWS from my side, easily you can understand the Azure and the GCP. Easily you can apply. Right?
One more
So
question, Sai, like what will be the level of DevOps? It will be a like basic or
yeah. The thing is that, see how we are learning the
medieval.
AWS. Yes, buddy. So the thing is that, to answer your query, we are learning the AWS from the very scratch to the advanced. Okay, right? Well, coming to the DevOps, we are also seeing the very scratch to the intermediate level. I don't say that is the advanced level. I don't say that it is an advanced level. Why? Because DevOps is the ocean. First thing, in the DevOps, there are a lot of tools. Okay, lot of tools, and it's the ocean. Okay, because every company is a different requirement. My company, currently I'm working the DevOps projects. My company requirement is different. It means the methodology inside the DevOps tools also, the methodology is different. Okay, right? The process is different in the tools. So we're going to learn the tools in general, the basic and the intermediate level, right? So when you work in the projects, you can understand the advanced level of the things. But in between, we're going to see the real-time projects. Okay, real-time projects, how to apply. So which is enough for the interview purpose. Right, but even the interviews also, they will see, okay, based on the project, they will ask the questions. Okay, let's say if you're working the projects in the DevOps projects, based on your experience, they will ask the questions. If not, they will ask the basics questions. Okay, the basic understanding of the DevOps tools at the intermediate level. Okay, how to apply, how to link CI/CD projects, how to write the pipelines. Okay, how to repair the projects. Okay, we're going to see all these tools. What is the microservices? What is the containerization tools? Okay, how to repair the projects in the containers. Right, we're going to cover all this in general things with the real-time projects. Because again, I'm telling you, if you want to learn the DevOps, only the DevOps, it takes almost 6 months. Okay, minimum 6 months, because it is an ocean. DevOps is ultimately it's an ocean, right? So my suggestion: don't become master of everything. Okay, it is a waste of time. Okay, because while working, we'll get the experience. Okay, first you understand the overview picture. then start working. You'll get a lot of experience out of that. To work, first you need the basics, right? You need the basic understanding, basics tools concepts, basics tool knowledge. So we're going to implement the tools. Right, Ambush? It's clear, Ambush?
Yeah. So like after the training, we need to practice it and start giving the interview and like that. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
That
yes. Okay, with
the
my
path
classes,
is the
yes, with my classes, I'm assuring you, okay, AWS Solution Architect Associate in the full place, in the advanced level, we going to learn the things. And also in the DevOps, okay, we're going to learn in the intermediate level. Again, I'm telling you, not in the advanced level. Advanced is very difficult. It takes a lot of time. As I told you, right? Takes a lot of time. Okay,
yeah,
right?
it's like we will be able to in the interview we will be able to give the
Yes.
answer at means how much experience, like 2 3 experience years
Yeah,
we
yeah.
said,
You can
so
put like
like
two
that.
years experience. Okay, minimum 2 years experience you can put. Aram se,
Okay.
right? No worries in that. Okay. Yes. I hope you enjoy the session.